Folks, she's 0 for 5. She's not even 0 for 5. She's like 0 for 10. Almost nothing this woman says, again, God bless her in her victory, almost nothing she says is actually true. Now, I'm not going to repeat the whole fact check, but just quickly, a couple things. The ICE quota. ICE has 34,000 beds. There's a quota. They got to fill those beds. Does that even make sense? Think about, folks, listen, we're all reasonable here, right? Liberals, you're welcome here too. If you're watching, thank you for tuning in. But please be reasonable for a moment. If ICE doesn't have 34,000 beds filled up, what do you think they're going to do? You think they're going to go walk into Canada or Mexico or fly overseas and bring people back here illegally to fill the beds? Does that even make sense? This is potentially the dumbest quote. I don't have a dumb quota every day, but this 34,000 bed quota is so dumb, I think even the Washington Post had to step in to save her from herself. ICE has a quota. This is ridiculous. It's so dumb. I can't even believe it was said. All right. Secondly, that there's this increase, the employment numbers low because people have 2 jobs. I've already covered this. It's just stupid. That's not, one, how the employment rate is calculated. Secondly, the percentage of people having 2 jobs has gone down, not up. Again, we're all dumber for going through this, but it's important because your liberal friends are wearing the T-shirt that says Ocasio-Cortez in the airport in LaGuardia. I saw it. Guy was sitting right in front of me, staring at me with my NRATV T-shirt on, giving me, the look, giving me the side eye. I was like, dude, you have an Ocasio-Cortez T-shirt on, really? Hang time. He had a baby with. He was nice, so he was. I don't like getting into that. I'm not a confrontation. Despite my cement block looking head, I am not an aggressive guy, and I don't like confrontation at all. So even though he was giving me, the side eye, his baby was cute. So I had the nothing triggers like truth NRATV shirt. I don't care. I'm serious, man. I don't care. I walk around New York with that thing, and once, I'm surprised though. You think more people would give you the look? They don't. I got a couple, the airport guy with the Ocasio-Cortez, but that was about it. All right, her third point about how Bernie Sanders' Medicare for All is going to be cheaper. It is not going to be cheaper. My gosh, how many times do I got to say this? Basic math. Let's do this again, okay? The plan is going to cost $32 trillion right now. Premiums and all deductibles and insurance premiums, we pay $22 trillion. So here's Bernie Sanders' plan, $32 trillion. There's what we're paying now, $22 trillion. Listen, I don't have an abacus on staff like we do on my podcast. We have Jay's abacus, which has become a running joke. A guy named Jay sent us an abacus. So people on the show think we're talking about a guy named Jay Zabacus. It's Jay's abacus. I don't have it. My producer has it. I don't have the abacus. But 32 trillion is bigger than 22 trillion, correct? Again, we're all dumber for talking about this, but there are people who actually believe this. We're going to save money with Medicare for All. How are we going to save when it's $10 trillion more? By the way, it doesn't even count the Medicaid costs, the unfunded liabilities, S-chip, and other stuff. I'm talking about what we're paying privately. She just doesn't understand basic arithmetic. Like 32 is greater than 22 trillion. The middle class, or comment about the middle class, upper middle class not existing anymore. Not true. Again, the upper middle class has been expanding now for decades. It has not been shrinking. You can see the number there, how much of the income they control, the upper middle class. Also, when you look at the raw numbers over the last 10, 20 years, it's almost doubled the upper middle class. I mean, gosh. Basic numbers. Remember, less than, greater than, less than, equals, logs, arithmetic, addition, subtraction. Does this stuff even matter?